Good morning, guys, and glad to have you guys here for this Tuesday, October 9th, 2018. Big welcome to the show. Anyway, let's open up the charts and let's take a look at what's going on in the world. You know, there's a crisis unfolding, and it's very exciting, you know, as the crisis unfolds, but it's moving very slowly at first. And it's going to get a lot more exciting later when it starts to really get rolling. You know, for us, let's take a look at Bitcoin first. You know, a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, Bitcoin turned. And most of these guys haven't noticed it yet. And they're still in the doldrums about the massive decline in the price of Bitcoin. And most people, they've lost the excitement that they once had. They've lost money, a lot of them. And they don't want to ever see Bitcoin again. They're like, no, I don't want anything to do with Bitcoin. But Bitcoin turned the corner 2 weeks ago. And I'll tell you how to see it. Look at this chart right here. And the start of this chart was about 2 weeks ago. And we see the price was in around $6,150 or thereabouts, right? And if we look at the bottoms on this chart, look at your bottoms. What you see is each successive bottom is a little bit higher. And right now, Bitcoin is making a bottom. And it's probably going to go down about another, I don't know, down to about another $25 or $30. And then it's going to make a bottom. And it's easy to chart it. Look at it. It's slowly moving up out of the hole. It's becoming bullish rather than bearish. At a certain point, it's going to really become bullish again. Because an awful lot of people look at this, and they see it going along level at about the same price. But look at the bottoms on this chart. Take a look at the cryptocurrency market capitalizations today. $219 billion. Now, see, the market cap hasn't moved that much. And this is why people think, oh, it's not doing anything, or it's getting ready for a crash and stuff. I don't think so. I think Bitcoin's getting ready to roar back hot again. We're looking at Bitcoin dominance at 52.3%, and it's a mixed bag in the market. Some coins are moving up, some coins are moving down. But overall, there's not that much movement. There's no big numbers in the movement. Tron is probably one of the biggest movers, 4% down, you know, but really they're not moving very much. XRP is a pretty good price right now, 47 cents a piece. And other good prices. Anytime you can get Litecoin under $60, not bad. 58.76 for Litecoin right now. Litecoin is going to be one of your best, I think, best bargains in coins. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to narrow it down now to what I think is the best bargains in coins. I don't think Bitcoin is actually one of your best bargains in coins, but I think you should have some Bitcoin. You should have some Bitcoin. But I think XRP is going to be big. I think Litecoin is going to be big. These are my picks. And I'm picking Monero. I'm picking Litecoin, and I'm picking XRP. These three as going to be big. You know, they're going to be big. Anyway, let's move on here to the silver price. Silver price is in the doldrums, but you know, in the end, this is going to be one of the biggest winners out there, is silver, ultimately. But right now, people don't want to touch it. It's like a hot potato right now. They don't want anything to do with it, a lot of people. I hope you guys, my listeners out there in my audience, realize that that's the ultimate time when you want to buy something, is when nobody else wants it. When it's unloved, and it's one of the most precious assets on Earth. A natural resource that's in limited supply, and right now it's unloved and unwanted, and the price is down at rock bottom, almost at cost of production. That's when you want to be buying with both hands, okay? Silver's probably one of your biggest bargains out there. Anyway, let's take a look now at the Dow Jones Industrials. She's down 57 points on the morning here. So far, I say so far. The thing is last night on my show, well, we'll get to it in just a second, okay? Hold on. Let's take a look at the oil price first. The oil price first is $74.51. It's up 22 cents on the day, 0.30%. I'll tell you what, last night there was a big explosion at the big refinery here in Atlantic, Canada. Uh, and this is a refinery, I don't think they supply just Canada. I think they also supply the northeastern United States with Irving Refinery, I think it was. I think there's an awful lot of Irving stations in the Northeast, up around Maine. Uh, and anyway, I'm not sure what the ramifications will be, what the repercussions will be from this big explosion and fire. But there's a huge explosion and fire last night. I'm going to run in, and I'm going to fill my car up with gas today, and I might even take a gas can with me, because I'm going to tell you what, this is a big refinery, and they've got no backups in place. Like, if a big refinery goes down, I mean, all of our gas stations could be empty of gas within a week, and they got nothing in place to like, there's no redundant systems in place to supply you with fuel. It could create a huge crisis, just something like a refinery fire, a fire at a refinery. And it's so easy for these guys to actually have an accident or something at a refinery, because they're working with gasoline, for freaking out loud. I mean, it's easy for it to light on fire. I mean, it's explosive. But anyway, they haven't released any information yet on what caused the fire, but it was a big fire last night, a huge refinery. Anyway, okay, so let's move on to bonds and rates today. And let's take a look at this. If you guys watched my show last night, you'll realize that I said that these are like incoming waves, and that this wave is crested. I thought that this wave is crested, and that it's back and back out again. Well, she stopped just shy of my mark at 3.25% on the 10-year. It was like 3.24 something. But it didn't have the power of the wave to push past the 3.25. And that's what I'm expecting to be the one that's going to crush and cause the big trouble, is when it pushes past the 3.25. Not just comes up to the edge of 3.25 and then backs away, which is what it's doing now. I think it's the next wave. When the next wave comes in, I think it's going to wash right on past the 3.25. And when will that next wave come in? I don't think it's too far away. It's probably not more than a month or 2 months away. I mean, that next big wave of increase in the bond prices. But right now, I see it backing away a little bit. It's come up, it's like crested the wave, it's backing away a little bit, and it's letting the bond yields are falling a little bit again now, just marginally. But I don't expect them to go down that much, but I'm expecting I'm just going to guess. I'm expecting the U.S. 10-year to back off to maybe 3.18 or something like that, 3.16, And then in the next wave, I'm expecting it to go up to maybe 3.4, percent or something like that in the next wave that's coming. But it's a little bit further out there. That's the wave that's going to do the real damage, is when we start to get up into those numbers. So the stock market will probably normalize a little bit for a little while. We're not quite, basically what I'm saying is I don't think we're quite there yet, but we're only a month or two away from the real trouble coming, real trouble coming here. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index right now. 96.3 on the U.S. dollar index. Now, when we're going to get in trouble is when this U.S. dollar index passes 97. That's the problem point, 97. And we're still at 93, so we still got one whole point. But that 1 point can disintegrate in a day, and an emerging market crisis is going to come roaring back at a certain point. When the interest rates get high enough, and the dollar here gets higher, a little bit higher than it is now. And I only see up for this dollar as this crisis, as the impact of this crisis intensifies in the coming days and months. I only see this dollar index going up. And I see huge problems coming. I mean, this, if you watched my show last night, I was just pointing out some of the problems. There's more problems, huge problems in the real estate markets. Not just one real estate market, but we got bubbles in the real estate markets. Not just in America. America is one of the Chinese. Oh my gosh, the Chinese real estate bubble is unbelievable. And when it bursts, well, yesterday the Chinese stock market fell, and I'm not sure, I haven't looked at it today. I'm going to check it as soon as I'm done this show, but it's falling. And the thing is this could have the economy in China, because of this trade tariff war and everything, the Chinese real estate market could actually start to burst. That alone can carry down the whole world. Just that alone. It's such an enormous real estate bubble. And China, for a while there, was debated whether the United States or China was the world's largest economy. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye, guys.